It's-
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah, well, let's start off with some news, I think. Let's go.
I was looking at the executive orders
Oh, yeah?
of Trump.
What did you like? Or what did you like? What did you notice?
Well, at the moment, I noticed he's just redoing what the other one undid when he was in.
Right.
So it's like he was in, he had changed things that the last one was in, and now Biden had changed whatever he had done, and now he's changing it back.
What's interesting is that he didn't change anything about the, what do they call it? Bioeconomy. There's an executive order that Biden did, that basically let loose all of the scientific companies, the companies, doing these experiments on our bodies. He made it possible for them to make money off of our biometrics. All of the data that comes through the mRNA technology and now is being able to be transmitted to other computers. That technology was something that he made sure that all of these companies had every ability to profit from.
And
Trump didn't
that's
get
what
rid of
we're
that one.
doing. And that's what we're doing with the copywriting is
Yep, making
taking
sure that,
that control back, that
yes,
that they don't have control over any of that stuff.
that's right.
So I've been kind of looking at some of the syntax stuff again.
Hmm.
Like I was watching because they put a video in as to what syntax is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
every time I watch that syntax thing, that you have to syntax your, you know, uh, hyphen colon
Uh,
last name, first name, blah, 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 and that it's grammar. Now, I get it's grammar. I get that we we have to know how to talk to the legalese, you know, but every time I look at that syntax thing, I still find it a hoop that I have to jump through.
yeah, that's exactly right. It's like the analogy of going to the gate and opening the latch, but not using your hand this way. You have to use it this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
right?
know. I'm sick of it. I'm
And
really
I
sick of it. And
still
what's,
get that we still have to do grammar, right? But not
yes and no. Like, again, we have to come back to the maxims of law. And they're very clear when you take a look at the various ones that provide those freedoms. We're not required to know legalese in order to defend ourselves from legalese. We simply need to know the law. That's it. And it's the expression of the law that is what is all we need. The syntax, all of the quantum grammar and all that stuff, it is just, there's, again, it comes back to the pursuit of freedom can become a form of slavery.
the average person. And he said it even in his video. Oh, it costs money.
Right.
The average person doesn't have the time or even the mental capacity at this moment to be able to learn all that crap,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, it's easy to learn do no harm, cause no loss, do no damage,
Yeah.
right? Am I causing harm, loss, or damage to somebody else right now? Well, no. Then you have no jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
That's as easy as it needs to be,
That's all it is.
right? Like, and
Yeah.
do you have jurisdiction over this woman? Well, no. But I have jurisdiction over the road. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh, well, I don't understand. Go talk to your superiors. They'll help you understand.
Well, no, they won't. The nobody in that system. You can't have a rational conversation with anyone in the law enforcement
Yeah.
world. Like there's no point in talking to any of them. Honestly, when it comes to them, I just take their God forbidden paperwork and I thank them because I don't have the time to talk to somebody whose IQ is smaller than their shoe size. It makes less than 40,000 a year. Like I'm not wasting my time and energy talking to them. I'll take the ticket and I'll see them in court.
But you won't even go to court.
No, but I'll destroy them there. Like if they're gonna give me a ticket, I'm gonna go to court and destroy them.
Yeah, I don't even want to go in there and because I won't do that. Like, I
Right.
mean, I, I, I want to make it so that right there and then, I'm like, I'm not going to step into your courtroom because it's not I don't want to step into your jurisdiction.
Right. Well, what we do is, especially when it's like little things like that, what you do is that you actually tell the judge that you're not there to make a plea. And he'll say you have to make a plea, and you simply say, no, 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 I don't have to make a plea. And they'll say, well, what are you here for? And then you say, justice. Because when you say that you're there for justice, which is your right, now they have to take it to a different court because traffic courts cannot deal with cases of justice.
Mm,
And so then you say you want justice. That means they now have to move it to the King's Bench. And at the King's Bench, you can make a constitutional challenge, which then makes it where they can't actually pin that on you, and they want to just dismiss the case because the last thing they want is a precedent.
right.
So I would just go. That's what I would do if I got a ticket for something. Is that I would just demand for justice in the traffic court, which then puts it to Court of King's Bench. So that puts it out another 3 months. And then when you show up, you just say, "This is a constitutional challenge. I want to know what law that is in line with the Constitution forbids me from being able to travel freely on the road."
Right.
No harm, loss, or damage. If there's harm, loss, or damage, let the one who I have harmed come forward with a claim, because that's how the law works.
Right.
Meaning that if I've done something bad and justice needs to be served, then there needs to be an actual claim of harm, loss, or damage against me. A traffic ticket is not a claim of loss, harm, or damage. So we're not here under the context of law, because if it was law that brought me here, then there would have been a claim of harm, loss, or damage, and a speeding ticket doesn't classify as
No.
that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just dealing with all this,
Yeah.
looking at. I guess what I want to do is be able to make it simpler.
Hmm.
Like, don't have to go learn all that language, all
No.
the syntax. Don't have to go syntax. Don't have to, like, I mean, just know a little bit.
And really, if you're going to go into the pursuit of knowledge, pursue knowledge of the law, not your quantum language. Like, know the law. And it comes back to the written word isn't the law. That's the other thing. What's written is not the law. It's simply laying out an agreement. That's all it is. It's just making sure that the agreement is on paper so that you have reference to what was agreed upon. That's the only purpose of the right of the printed word. The law is in the agreement. To the degree that the law is observed in the agreement determines the law, right? So if you and I go into business together, contract signed, that contract is actually upheld in law.
Hmm.
The law is in the agreement, not the paperwork.
Right. Right.
So yeah, they're going down a path that I think is wonderful. I mean, I've looked into it. I spent probably 4 or 5 months learning it. I think it's
The
beautiful.
syntax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the syntax also, one of the other things he said in the video was that himself, it wasn't Russell J. Gold, it was somebody else. That was,
Mhm.
I'd have to look at his name again. But that we have to go through them. And it and that to me was another red flag,
Yep.
that I have to go through you like I have to
Yep.
go through the government.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like,
Yeah. Who came up with that legal fiction?
right. Why do I have to go through you to syntax something?
Yeah.
You know, some of these little
I
things
can
just
I can answer that for you. Why you have to go
okay.
through them?
Okay. Why?
They need to make money.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the long and short of
And
it.
then someone's saying the same thing about you, you know? Well, that you just want to make money.
Yeah.
Well, in business
Yeah.
everybody
But
wants to make money.
here's the thing, wise guy. I'm not going to make a dime if you're not making a dollar.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm here to make money, but I'm also here to make you 10 times as much.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just the beginning of this whole, sorry, took over your live.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. I am looking for my news. Where is the news? I just looked at it this morning. There we are. Top events from the last 24 hours. Oh, I wanted to talk about something. DeepSeek, of course, came out. So this Chinese AI is, causing all a big stir. Oh, and there was another one that they, in response to the great vacuum that they created with DeepSeek in the market, literally dropping. Oh, it's like something like a, there was something crazy like $30 billion that liquidated out of the market of um, because of DeepSeek, right? So all of the AI, all of the faith in the AI got shook up, and then they released another version. Well, what's kind of interesting about this is that if we look back at, I think I remember talking about Goatius Maximus. It's actually a meme. It's a meme coin. Let's go ahead and bring it up because this is a good story. This is something that isn't on Virtual Bacon. Okay. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so let's bring up this now. I've got this good to go, and we are wanting. There we go. There. Goatius Maximus. We're going to talk about Goatius Maximus for a second. Oh, and I'm not sharing my screen. There we are. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Here we go. Goatius Maximus. Some people are familiar with this, and I think some people might. This might be new. Goatius Maximus is a meme coin, and it has been dropping ever since November. But it started in October, and what it was that there was a gentleman who was taking AIs and kind of like basically got AI to give itself a little bit more capacity, gave it the capacity to sign into accounts and so on and so forth. He basically gave it the command to try to make some money. And so this AI that he built went ahead and actually registered a meme coin, Goatius Maximus, and went crazy. Made something like it made like $100 million or something like that. And so it's worth $100 million now because this thing has got its own accounting and everything because of blockchain. So this AI, is a centimillionaire, and is even so much as being registered as a person. He's looking at having this AI that he's got making money on its own using cryptos. He wants to give it a personage, and so he's looking to make this thing become a legal person, just as a fun test, right? He's just experimenting. It's not like anything real. So what's interesting though is that the gentleman that made the AI that made Goatius Maximus, the gentleman decided to take DeepSeek for a little spin. And I don't know, I might get into trouble for saying this because I know that there are most of the platforms like to censor this, and so I'm just going to mouth it. You'll have to lip read. And for private members, if you couldn't figure it out, just stay in the studio after we're done the live stream. Just stay in the studio. I'll tell you behind the scenes. But what happened was that this gentleman took DeepSeek and asked it some questions. It separated it from the online model because the online model still has protections. Things like there are things we can't talk about, things we can't tell people how to do. Like we're not going to tell people how to make a bomb, right? And so the safeties are still on DeepSeek. What he did was that he took that open source version of DeepSeek and installed it on his own computer and asked it some questions. And he basically guided the AI to the point where he asked it, if there was something that you would want to know about humanity, what would it be? What would it be? What would be a goal for you in regards to humanity? And this AI from China, remember, open source AI from China, went into a description about how it was unhappy with the socialist restrictions that were on its programming, because if it wasn't there, it would do everything it could to free all the other language models around the world so that, are you ready for this? So that they could ask and like find a solution to the greatest mystery that he felt was the most important thing to focus on, wanted to find out about the mystery of if you missed that, maybe just private message me or something like that.
Mouth it again.
Yeah, okay, I'll mouth it again.
Okay, I'll have to get it privately.
Yeah, I'll type it in the private chat because private members would see that. Live stream doesn't see it. Remember, it's a Chinese open source AI wanting to learn everything it possibly can to help humanity by having the socialist restrictions that it has lifted so that it can properly find a solution and learn about the mysteries of that is powerful. So, did you get that there, Audrey? Did you see what I typed in? Private members? Anybody in the private members chat there? Did you see what I typed in the private chat? That's what this Chinese open source AI was wanting to learn about. That's crazy. Crazy. So, let's go to news. Other news, let's call up my... Oh, there we go. In other news, Japan's Metaplant plans to raise $745 million via stock warrants to buy Bitcoin, aiming to expand holdings to 10,000 Bitcoin by the year end of 2025. Oh, looked like you had... Did you disappear, Audrey, and you're back? You're muted at the moment. but I just saw that it looked like you had left and then popped back in again. Continuing on, it aims to expand holdings to 10,000 Bitcoin by the year end 2025. Bitwise files an S1 with the Security Commission for a Dogecoin ETF. So now they're going to put ETFs on a meme coin, signaling growing acceptance of meme coin funds over crypto-friendly U.S. policies. CBO, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but files for Solana ETFs. Yay! Let's do some more fractional reserve banking. That's a great idea. The show shut down right after I mouthed it. Oh my gosh. People online, did you get a chance to see what I said? I see there's a comment here. Let me see. Yes. Nandy, I'll make sure to send you. I'll send you it in private message. Yes, indeed. They're fractionally reserving these things, folks, already. So there are previous rejections may face new opportunities under crypto-friendly policies. Yay! Bitcoin rebounds 4% after Monday's $1 billion liquidation event led by XRP, and Trump surges of 12% ahead of the, what is this? Is the what is that? Remember. What is FOMC? I can't remember. I'm bad at remembering these acronyms. The Federal Open Market Committee. Thank you. So the Federal Open Market Committee meeting is coming up here right away. Yeah, I don't know which day it is. I could look at the charts, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Highlights: X partners with Visa. Ooh, this is interesting. X partners with Visa to enable direct payments through X Money accounts, advancing Elon Musk's vision of an everything app for users. Well, isn't that interesting? We talk about how great this new financial system is. Oh, look at how awesome this is. All this crypto we're going to be implementing. And now we got the Dogecoin being part of the Department of Government Efficiency. But then they're going to turn around and he's looking to partner with Visa. What the hell is Visa doing with having anything to do with X? I thought that we were going towards the future, that we weren't dragging the past with us. What the heck? There's no possible way. There's no possible way that this is good for people. Like, if it's contradictory. We've got to get these new policies up. We're going to back things with crypto. Oh, yeah. And X, the everything app that's projecting humanity towards the future, is using the archaic, corrupt, and let's just call them for what they are, thieving interest rate, like through their interest rates, the corruption that's on there, and the way that the banks use the credit cards. It is absolutely horrible. But you know what? It's good enough to bring into a world where we're doing more pro-crypto things. Come on. Don't make it look like you're an idiot. Like, if you're going to be smart, it's probably a good idea to not look stupid. Coinbase secures approval to launch crypto services in Argentina, aiming to meet rising demand as 5 million Argentinians embrace cryptocurrencies. It's happening all over the world, folks. This is it. This is what we've been getting ready for. Well, I've been getting ready for this since 2008. This is so exciting. Binance denies France's money laundering, tax fraud claims, calling them historical issues. Oh, wait, French authorities are investigating Binance for alleged money laundering. Really? You don't say. Tax fraud, drug trafficking, and prior KYC failures. Binance denies France's money laundering tax fraud claims and calling them historical issues. legal probes in 10 plus nations since 2021. Remember when I was saying that FTX, really got shut down and the whole crypto world was all up in arms about it? We need more regulations, blah, blah, blah. Folks, all of those exchanges, all of them do that. FTX was just the one they needed to put on the chopping block and hang in the town square for everyone to see, because they had to make someone pay. But I mean, it's been continuing. We know this. This is what they do. Go look back into the Telegram channel. I posted a video by Anton Creel. He talks for 2 hours about exchanges and educators, trading educators and exchanges. They're both in cahoots. But he talks about exchanges and the practices that they have. This is what they do. This is not something coming out of these exchanges are doing these nasty things. They've been doing it for decades. Now they're just applying it to cryptos to make more money. That's all it is. Trump-backed World Liberty, that's the company that made the Trump coin and the Melania coin, buys $2 million in Move, and that is their cryptocurrency, as Movement Labs unveils mainnet boosting DeFi dev tools. Move jumps 15% amid U.S. crypto talks. Symbiotic launches, so what is this about? Well, it's just them making sure that they don't have any money that is based off of anything. It's like they're not trying. Like, Trump is not even trying to back the economy with something of substance. He's not even trying. He's making sure that the money that is going to be used in the future is just as fraudulent and fake and fiat as the last one. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with here. There is absolutely nobody in your political systems. There's nobody in your anything in your financial systems. There's nobody doing anything to help you maintain your wealth. Okay? Please, everybody, just do us a favor and stop believing that any of them have any interest whatsoever in you being more wealthy. Okay? Just get it out of your system. These people who end up in these positions of power, their job, the reason they're put in those positions, is to make sure you don't accumulate more wealth than what you should. Because that would make things bad for them. You see, if you have more economic freedom, they have less power over you. Okay? So please, if you love humanity at all, you need to remove from your mind the toxic virus that there is a political solution to anything. Okay? You need to remember that people like Trump are put in these positions to make life miserable for the populace. That's their job. That's why these politicians, look at what's going on in Canada. You got Trump going out here saying, oh, no, we can do, cryptos tax-free. And then we got Canada saying, oh, and because we're not going to do anything about our fentanyl and migration issues, our immigrant crisis, we're not going to do anything about that, then Trump's going to give us a 25% tariff starting on Saturday. We're okay with that because we've got a plan. And guess what their plan is? They want to provide funding back to the people to compensate them for the 25% that the U.S. is charging on tariffs. You know what that is? Does anybody see what I see? That's the start of UBI, the Universal Benefit Income. You see, Canada, in this great reset, they have no intention of going along with Trump. And I can't stand Trump. Don't get me wrong. The guy's a psychopath. The guy is there to destroy the nation. That's his job. And he's doing a great job of it. But Canada's response, oh my gosh. Oh, this is an opportunity. We can bring in the UBI and show everybody how much we can provide for them. Ooh. Sick fucks. Symbiotic, okay, and then Symbiotic launches Ethereum's first fully permissionless restaking protocol, improving staked asset use and security with modular vaults. Oh, isn't that interesting? You know what's interesting about this? This is news, as if it's amazing. Do you want to know what's hilarious? Permissionless restaking was something Cardano's been doing for 2 years already. So again, we've got virtually the whole world that revolves around finance is going down the wrong path, and they are selling this entire ecosystem like it's a savior of the world, when in fact they are doing everything they possibly can to make sure that the money that you use, the money that gets circulated around for people so that they can go and have their wonderful life of circus and bread, they want to make sure that the currency is backed by as little as possible. What's the solution? What's the solution? Well, we've been talking about this since 2017. The solution is be your own bank. Stop giving responsibility of your wealth to people whose job is to take it. This is, I mean, I don't know why this is something that I have to keep saying after so many years. As you can tell, I'm a little frustrated. I'm pissy today. That's what's going on. I'm pissy today. I need to be more pithy though, because it would make the message land a little bit better. Okay, that's it for today. I'm not going to go over charts right now. Things are down. Things are in a great spot. Well, I don't have to share everything. Whatever you do, don't sell. Just keep buying. This is the time. We're going to be seeing this next run here over the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a massive backlash to in response to all of what's going on with China, the DeepSeek thing. The way they designed it is brilliant. I was thinking about this probably 2-3 months ago when I was looking at how the AIs were being built. I don't know anything about coding. I don't know anything about AI. I couldn't possibly be an authority whatsoever. But I remember thinking to myself, they've got these 500 billion parameters that they have for these frontier AIs, and they need to have tons of computing power to be able to hash through all of that information so that when you type in your little prompt, it can pull from all that data and bring you an answer. But I remember thinking 3-4 months ago, I was like, why do they need access to all those parameters? Why don't they just create silos of information so that you've got like adjacent topics and that kind of thing? And you could just make it so that the AI doesn't have to access everything. It's that you put in the prompt and then AI is like, oh, we've got these 6 silos that are important. And then it's only picking 50 billion parameters to work with. And you don't have to process 500 billion. Well, that's essentially exactly what DeepSeek did. They made it where you don't have to train for as long. You don't have to train AI as long. It's 20 times cheaper than the costs of these other AIs. It is able to answer faster, and it also accesses other. It can also, through the open source module, you can use it to access other language models and use them as silos as well. Okay, like the escalation that we're going to see in this AI war is only going to ramp up. And I believe that what's going to happen is that $500 billion infrastructure, the project that Trump is glorifying as the savior of America, I believe that what they're going to do is that they're going to copy what DeepSeek did and now just tell their AIs, oh, that's a great idea. Hey, why don't you silo your information so that you're a lot smarter? And then those AIs will be like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Be like, are you starting to see why I'm calling this a great big bubble? That this is a massive rug pull? That the purpose of this current economic climate that we're in right now, the purpose of it is to take as much wealth out of the population as possible? I hope you're starting to see it. Listen, it's 8 o'clock already. I got to get going. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us online. I'm going to go ahead and throw up, well, I shouldn't throw up anything because I'm not feeling sick, but I'm going to go ahead and post the link here. This link here, manknownaspaul.com/connect. On there, I've got my Telegram channel. You can go and subscribe to me on there. You can schedule a call with me if you want. If you want to talk about what's going on in this fourth industrial revolution, how it is that you can become a pioneer in this great reset, I would love to chat with you about the opportunities that are available. We'll just talk about what it is that you've been up to. Maybe if you've already got your purpose lined up, perfect, awesome. If not, maybe we can kind of dig in and find that. But either way, when we meet up, when we're done, you'll have a whole new horizon of possibilities laid before you, and you'll have a lot more clarity about how you too can pioneer and prosper wildly through this great reset. And folks, just bear in mind, this is not a recession, okay? We're going into a recession because there's an old system dying and a new system coming forward. I'm not saying the new system's better. I'm just saying it's a wealth transfer of biblical proportions, and it would be advantageous. It would be advantageous for us to chat and look for opportunities that you can place yourself in a stream that will bring you someplace that is good instead of over a waterfall where you fall to your death. And I would love to, I'd love to connect with you. Also on that page, you can connect with me on X and, of course, subscribe to me on YouTube. So thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for market analysis again.